morning and welcome to Saturday, day 3. Goodwood is very, very busy, noticeably busier today, and it's going to be an absolute scorcher again. The jacket is not going to last very long, but I wasn't quite ready to take it off yet. We're going to do a bit more exploring of the kind of more exhibition-y stuff today, I think, rather than the cars. There's a lot to see and we haven't seen any of that bit, so we're just going to go for a wander. We had bacon roll sat in our little members-y area thing, put stuff in a locker, and now we're off to explore.
It's the same class as News.
Yeah. It does actually look. Alpine Glow, it's called. Yeah, it's very similar, like shape-wise, to Newey's one, isn't it? Funky wheels. Hydrogen. Oh wow. Slightly confused Alpine F1 car. Gasly's number at the front and Ocon's number at the back. So 10 on the front, 31 on the back. It's a little bit confused. Come into the Land Rover and Jaguar exhibition. They've got some proper classics, as well as all the new ones, and a lot of salesmen. From the classics to all the new. Yeah, still wouldn't get me camping there though. The Mini, and then we've got up here.
Show me love.
Okay, it really is as ugly as you think. Okay, there's a lot of crazy stuff happening. Absolute party going on at BMW. Lots of free things. We've got free car care stuff from Autoglym, free Capri Suns from Ford, of all places. Now you can just about hear motocross bikes. I'm going to go and find out what on earth is going on down there.
Over here, where it is energy and adrenaline fueled, and you guys are going to be helping us with that energy a little bit later on. This isn't the main show, this is just the warm-up. This is just giving these guys a chance to get in, get their eye in.
I'm feeling, looking at you lot, and how many of you have very kindly, very generously shared your time at the Goodwood Festival of Speed when there's so much on. Come to join us at this early juncture. We are in for a packed house come that first show. So don't be shy about getting here early just to get the spot that you want to watch from. Whether it's ringside right here, in trials riding, the Flatland BMX is your thing. Whether arena cross freestyle motocross action down the backside of our arena is your thing.
Come into one of the art shop things. How amazing. How incredible is the Ferrari? And then there's a Hamilton as well. And then, hold on. that's like almost holographic, like 3D. Oh, his foot does move. Wait, hold on. You saw that? These are very cool. Funky, like things you can put up.
Yeah, you can come through these in the garage.
Yeah.
Not our garage, but
No. Oh, look at the posters. Okay, we just watched the F1 lot go up the hill again. Slightly different to yesterday because there were additional cars. The Mercedes went up and some different drivers. So you had Ollie Behrman in the 2018 Ferrari. And it was Fred Vesti driving the Mercedes, so that was a bit good. Now, I don't know if we're able to use any of the audio on footage that we've got because there were a pair of slightly drunk idiots behind us who may well have spoiled the audio, so you can't actually hear how incredible the cars sound. But we will say, you'll at least be able to see how good they look going up the hill. Now, we're going to go wandering to Red Bull just now before the cars go back in the paddock. To get a drink. No, they're putting things out of the paddock just now. The Brooklands paddock, I think, so it's like old cars. We're going to go and get a Red Bull before we go and find some lunch. Where are the more cars? Okay, this is what we're waiting for to come past. Absolutely incredible. It's lunch madness time. What have you gone?
I went for the barbecue bacon, loaded fries.
And I have got Thai sweet chili chicken noodles. We've come in to the assembly area, assembly paddock, which is where the cars kind of gather before they go down. So this is the batch before the one that we really want to see. But have a little look. There's some really cool ones there. So there's a thing for Niki Lauda. So there's loads of his old cars and stuff as well, so it's really cool and loud. I don't know if you were able to pick it out, but the guy in the Red Bull Fireproofs down there is Adrian Newey. He's about to drive one of Lauda's cars. The Williams team are arriving.
Listen to the marshal, step back from the moving cars. Thank you.
He's driving down the hill today. Up the hill.
Might be in there somewhere.
There's the McLaren team arriving. Here it comes. got given driver cards by Ferrari and then managed to get inside by Ollie Behrman. That's pretty cool. I'm not sure if you can see behind me the colour of the sky. We are going to try and find somewhere that we can shelter because that is coming and that's going to be heavy. Okay, so slight pit stop on the way for shelter and waffles and ice cream en route. I'm going to get waffles and ice cream to eat while we're sheltering to get my ticket signed by Damon Hill. That was very cool. We saw him setting off from the assembly paddock earlier, driving a Can-Am, and he was just walking back. It just happened to be right place, right time, which is what happened with Bruno Senna. It's what also happened with, I can't remember who else now. Oh, Jackie X. So yeah, a lot of right place, right times. Very cool. Right, we're having a sit down and some churros. They do look so good. Okay, we're now playing a new game. Was that thunder? Or was it a car? This could be interesting. Right, suitably refueled. Now we're coming into the electric avenue, which is a bit of a party. Somewhere. The rain came down. So here's hoping we're going to get out of the car park. However, it wasn't forecast and I have white trainers. Good morning and happy Sunday from a mentally busy Goodwood. We got here at about 7:20 this morning. Gates opened at 7 and all the front areas by the good part of the track were gone already, but we have set up our seats and we're taking time just to chill a little bit more, getting ready so we can actually really see what it is we're wanting to see. Everywhere is incredibly muddy, delightful, but I am on a coffee run because it is very much needed today. Okay, you've got Rachel Brooks and Corinne Chandrock getting ready to do a piece for TV. There's important Red Bully looking people right in front of the house. This is pretty cool. Okay, so on my way back, I managed to be, again, right place, right time, just like it was yesterday for Damon Hill, this time for Sophia Flash, who was somebody I really wanted to find, so that was very exciting. Now I've come to McLaren again because shopping! Donut area. And then the balcony.
kick off the Red Bull celebration. I'm going to invite Mark Webber, David Coulthard, Christian Clean, and Hamda Al-Khabaisi out. Christian, I'm going to start with you because I don't know how many people are aware of this, but you were actually at day 0 at Red Bull. You were backed by Red Bull to join Jaguar Racing alongside Mark. How special is it to look back at 20 years of the team?
Unbelievable. I mean, it's so special to see all the 20.
Could you sign my ticket, please? Mark. Thank you. Thank you. Mark.
Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much. Right, so we have had a very, very Red Bull themed morning. So I think you would have seen the Red Bull like celebration car, whatever, it all going up. And then we went straight to the Red Bull paddock to see if we could see the cars coming back in and see any of the drivers. Managed to find Mark Webber, Hamda Al-Khabaisi, and then Christian Horner. So I have more signatures on my ticket, adding to the Sophia Flash one from this morning. We did envisage, guess that Max would have probably been on the first helicopter out of here, and we were correct. Still no Danny Rick to be seen though, probably on the helicopter with him, which is a disappointment. But hey ho, now absolutely starving, trying to find somewhere to go and eat lunch and have a sit down, because we have been stood at a barrier for quite some time. We'll see you in a little bit. Right, come back into the Racing Club pit stop so that we can get a seat, some peace and quiet to eat our lunch and also get to the clean toilets. They are much nicer up here. And then we're going to work out where we want to go for the hill climb, which is kind of the pinnacle of the weekend. So very excited to see what we can find for that, see if we can get a decent view once we've had food though, because we're desperate for food. Okay, first ice cream of the weekend acquired. Ridiculously expensive, but we went for the proper ice cream place rather than the Mr. Whippy one. So I've got strawberry cheesecake and caramel. What have you got?
Well, I had cookies and cream and chocolate cheesecake.
But he's eaten most of his already. We are on our way to go and find ourselves a good viewing spot for the hill climb shootout. So hopefully we'll be able to get somewhere remotely decent view, and then if we're there in decent time, we should also see the F1 cars go up for the 6th time this weekend.
That car come down. Car got down there yesterday.
We were watching the shootout. Oh, that's bright. That's nice. Right up towards the top by the Flint Wall, and one of the cars went into the bales, snapped the steering rod. So there's our red flag, but we're getting a little bit chilly. It's in the shade, and there's a bit of a breeze, if you can tell. It's getting a little chilly, so we're going to go find somewhere a little bit warmer to try and catch the rest while they're still clearing everything up. And then we're walking past the performance parking. So you've got some slightly fancier cars there who pay a fortune, £40 a day, to park their fancy cars so that people will look at them. Found a new sunny spot to watch the rest. Bit of a party down there somewhere. Okay, so red flag. After red flag, we're getting a little bit restless now, we're knackered, so we're just having a wander. Oh. There is a motorbike coming. Okay, so you never know what you're going to get here. We are kind of, the hill climb is on pause again. So we are heading just for a little bit more of a wander. And then probably going to head out. So we're not necessarily going to the end of the hill climb, but it's going to be so incredibly late otherwise. They're already running like an hour and a half late and they're still under a red flag. So it's going to be mad. They're going to cancel all sorts, I'd imagine. Okay, so we're just coming down the F1. Oh, it doesn't look like they're going to be letting anybody else in. We were going to hope to have a go at the Williams Sim, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, it looks like they just closed, that's a shame. Okay, fair enough. Everything's starting to pack down just now. You can tell it's Sunday evening. Okay, so we couldn't get on the Williams Sim, but we decided to attempt the Red Bull one, see if that's still open, come down and get some pictures with the cars today is the goal. So we're walking through the Cartier paddock, which is where you've got all of the fancy cars. Got Pagani's. There's more over there. The real fancy cars. Okay, still, we're really quite busy down here actually. But this side is all of the ones that went up the hill, and the other side are the other ones. There was a considerable queue at the Red Bull Sims, so we got some pictures with the cars, and then we are going to head back to where we're staying, get some dinner, and then hopefully find a pub somewhere that we're showing the football so that we can watch the Euros final before heading to bed, getting a slightly longer night's sleep than we've had all 4 days, and then head out tomorrow. Right, good morning and happy Monday today. We are just getting ready to check out of the hut that we've been staying in, and it has been lovely, but missing a few things, I would say. Like anywhere to hang any clothes, there's nowhere to do that. There's very little storage, and that seems to be a theme of everywhere we've stayed this time. So we'll definitely think about that next time when we're looking for places to stay. But overall it has been really nice, a lovely location, so I can't complain. With that, a little walk over the fields to the pub last night for drinks and to watch the game. So yeah, footpath through a field, but luckily it wasn't too muddy, it was okay. So we figured we would do our favourite bits of the weekend to see. What was yours?
Probably just, I mean, it's biased, but the F1, just seeing the F1 cars, and specifically standing behind Senna's McLaren as it was kind of been started, and kind of just feeling the kind of heat and coming off the car was unreal. And then obviously just meeting, I mean, you met Gordon Ramsay, just meeting Christian Horner,
Mark Webber.
Mark Webber.
Mark Weaver,
Webber.
Damon Hill, Jackie Ickx. It's just a bit mental, really.
So yeah. Also, just the whole like, just all the other type of cars. I wasn't so interested in the bikes, I'll be honest. But the other types of cars, the different classes, the older stuff. Seeing them go up the hill, seeing them. Because one thing, kind of seeing the cars stationary. This other one, actually see them go up the hill and hear them and see them how fast they can go is pretty cool. So, but yeah, the F1 cars is brilliant. Specifically the Red Bulls, but that's biased. But yeah, that's mine.
So I'd probably say something similar, and it's more like the access you get to the different cars. You wouldn't get that anywhere else. Like how close you can be to kind of current cars, like obviously they're some of the show cars, rather than the real ones, like the McLaren, for example. This year's one's a show car, so it hasn't got a gearbox in it, but it's still exactly the same. And getting invited into their little tent thing for photos with my very matching dress was pretty cool. But also how close you can get to the heritage cars. Like you genuinely wouldn't get that anywhere else. But yeah, getting a face full of exhaust fumes when they started up the MP46 was pretty good. And just seeing, I suppose, so many different people driving. Like the big teams, the big F1 teams had different people every day driving the different cars. So you kind of got to see that, which was nice. And especially some of the younger ones. Like Alpine, it was all junior drivers. Ferrari, Ollie Behrman did a couple of the days, which was quite good. And he was really sweet, actually, when he came over to sign all the stuff. McLaren obviously had Bruno Senna and Emerson Fittipaldi, which was very, very cool. But they weren't really up for kind of seeing anybody, meeting anyone really. I mean, Bruno Senna, it was purely because we were walking through the right part of the paddock. That's all it was. Emerson Fittipaldi was kind of very shielded, didn't do photos or signings or anything with anybody. And a lot of the Red Bull guys weren't necessarily up for that either. But that was fine, and obviously they can choose to do that. But I would say it was a lot more organised and I think a bit calmer than I was expecting, given like the names of the people that were there. In motorsport, they are huge names, some of those. And I'd say it was a lot more organised than I would think it might be. I thought it might be a bit more chaotic, but it wasn't. It was just long days. But, definitely do it again. 100% go again. Yeah. But we would know how to do things a little bit differently, a bit more on a budget, because the food there was good, but really not a surprise, but
not
really
so bad
expensive.
If you're going for a couple of days, but because you've gone there for 4 days, I think if we were just, breakfast, lunch, and then out for dinner.
Yeah.
So.
And because where we were staying, we didn't really have kitchens, it would have meant spending quite a lot of money on dinners each day as well. This last place had a microwave and a little induction hob plate thing, so we did some pasta last night. But you can't necessarily cook for yourself, so it gets a lot more expensive, but also you end up with lots of samey food, which we're not necessarily so good with. We like kind of fresh food. We're used to doing a lot of stuff cooked from scratch and lots of good ingredients rather than all the ready meals and fast food. And I think if we, in a few years when we come back, definitely try and get somewhere with a kitchen, because then also you can pack a bit of a picnic as well, which is nice. But yeah, all in all, absolutely ace.
Yeah, really good.
Absolutely ace.
Can't wait to come back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we'll probably sign off this trip video here. We're off now to see Kieran's sister, and we wouldn't film with family anyway. So hopefully this turned out okay, and it'll be exciting to look back on everything we saw and everything we did. So, and then we've got more trips that we want to film for memories. Off down to London in October, so we're going to try and see if we can film that as well, which will be exciting.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. Bye.